Oh, wow. Wow, like, okay, this is impressive. This dude's good. Hey, what's up? My name is B, and I am a professional drone pilot who has been flying for years, and I've done it all over the world. And I thought it would be fun if I was to break down some of these drone videos that I did not shoot through the eyes of a professional. So, let's take a look. All right, so this first video, oh, I love these kind of videos. It looks like a first-person view flying drone, which otherwise known, people call them racing drones. The reason why you say FPV is because that's the style that you're flying from. So typically when you're, oh my goodness. Wow, this dude's good. Like, he got all up in the smoke. You're wearing the goggles, normally like Fat Shark goggles, you have full control of the drone and you're flying it. And typically it makes it so your shots are a lot less steady. But this shot right here, this guy, what's happening right now is he's flying, guy or girl, is flying around some drift cars, which has become a big thing. It's putting FPV drones around drift cars. Just because they're faster, these kind of drones are faster than, like, let's say DJI drones or like camera drones typically, and they're a lot more versatile, but they're also, the amount of skill it takes to be able to fly one, it's a completely different type of skill. And typically these kind of shots aren't used very cinematically because, oh wow, he's doing it upside down. Okay, that's cool. Just because of how hard it is to get these shots to be steady and be usable and have the cameras on these drones that can match, let's say, a Red and an Alexa Mini or something like that, because normally the drones are like this big. Like these shots, like these drifting shots are so unreal, they look like video games or like CGI, because these cars are just drifting all over the place, and the drone is like literally right next to the wheels. And it's like 4 cars going, and it's just like right on it. If you press full forward on the right stick on my drone, the drone moves forward. On this drone, it doesn't work like that. If you press full forward on the right stick, the drone will just do front flips. So what you do with the right stick is you tilt the drone forward, and then you give it gas on the pulling up on the left, and it moves forward. And that's just the beginning of how much more control you have over this piece of machinery in space, because it can do anything, as is being shown here. Like, you can do flips, you can do full loops, you can do everything. But again, it's much easier to crash that, it's much harder to control. And goodness gracious, you can get some amazing stuff because you can get in close and tight on things, you can move so much faster. And these shots are just absolutely ridiculous. So whoever was doing this obviously has a lot, they got their 10,000 hours in on flying first person view. All GoPros, regardless of what setting you have, they're very wide angle. So a wide angle means that if you're really close on something, if you're seeing something that's full in frame, that means you're really, really close on it. So this person was right up on these cars because you can see in the frame, it's like the car is pretty much the whole frame, which means the drone is within a couple feet flying as this car is sliding down the track. They are right on them, going the same speed as they are and getting the full frame shot. That looks amazing. So the skill in there is just ridiculous. Now, I'm excited for this. I haven't watched any of these yet. So RealSteady is a form of software that allows for you to be able to make almost any kind of shaky footage look very slow, cinematic, well put together, as if you had it on a gimbal. It's ridiculous software that I've seen do some incredible things. All right, so what makes RealSteady special is that it takes, actually, because when a GoPro is recording, just like your phone is recording, it has gyro stabilizers, gyro sensors, I should say. And that tells you where your phone or your camera is in space. So if it's moving left and right, those gyro sensors will tell you that that's what is happening. So what RealSteady does, it takes that data in conjunction with the same stuff that Warp Stabilizer or anything else is using to be able to play that backwards against it and saying, okay, we know the camera's moving to the right. It uses that and says, okay, now that I know it's moving to the right, I can slow that movement down, I can smooth it out, I can make all that work. So that's really what it's doing, is taking just more information about the image and be able to make the image look better instead of taking just straight on looking at the image. This is looking at all the data, specifically those sensors that give it way more access to what it can do, and creates a beautiful result. One of my favorite things about these kind of videos is that one thing you know is about these first FPV drones is that they don't have that long a flight time. So when you see somebody doing something where they're very far away, or it looks like they're just like, where could this person be flying from? Because like this person's on top of a mountain, like on a mountainside. Like, I have a strong feeling that whoever's flying this didn't climb this mountain to fly it. So they're down there somewhere, so they have to get to the shot, they have to get around to do the shot, and they have to get back before the battery dies, which typically is 4 minutes or less. These drones are super fast, so it makes it way easier. But at the same time, it's like, to be able to get these shots and do all that, it just seems like some of them don't even have sensors on them that tell you like how long the battery's gonna last. So it's just like, you just gotta know. So, oh, I'm starting to lose power. Let me just, fling it back towards myself. Okay, this is impressive. Flying through the canyons, like they flew down through like the crevices and the canyons of this. Oh wow, it almost looks like I say it almost kind of looks like you're sledding. Now this, I feel like there is some form of cinematic use for this. Like if you were to be showing some kind of like avalanche or something like that, or a rock fall or a mudslide or something like that down the side of a mountain, you could easily use a shot like that as saying this is the first person view of those rocks, of this mud coming down, or of this snow coming down this mountain, and then be able to CGI and all the extra stuff around it. But the shot itself coming down the mountain, I think is super impressive and super useful. So I think this is amazing. And another thing is that with an FPV drone, you can actually use physics in the sense of like gravity to your advantage. Like you can actually let the drone free fall. That does not happen with DJI drones. You let go of the controls on a DJI drone, it just stops wherever it is and does not move. Or a typical camera drone, I shouldn't say a DJI drone. They typically just like stuck wherever you let go. You let go of the controls, it just sits there, which is extremely convenient for camera work. But when you're trying to imitate rocks falling, when you're trying to get this close, when you want to use gravity to be able to get that feeling of falling or or rushing through something, this is the way to go, because you can literally just bring it up there, get gravity, and just give it a little kind of like feathering down through the canyon as you're actually literally falling through it as a rock would. It's like you can really simulate that, where that's just a feeling and a space and a shot that you just cannot do with a camera drone. All right, so up next, what I have is a video that I think many of us have seen before. It has like 17 million views. It's fireworks filmed with a drone. This one is really interesting because it's it's super old school. Like it brings back like bad memories of what camera drone flying used to be like in 2014. Because yes, I was doing it back then too. So what we have here is a Phantom 2 with a GoPro 3, I believe, on it. And what they're doing is flying through fireworks. And in all honesty, like this is a really impressive video for the time, because I mean, the Phantom 2 was notoriously it was a notoriously hard drone to use. It flew pretty decently. Oh wow, wow! Like there's what makes this impressive, first of all, is that there's literally fireworks going left and right around the drone in certain shots. That is just like mind-boggling, and it looks really good. This is not stabilized by any stretch of the imagination, but a lot of the shots don't need to be, because they're just flying in a straight line, like right through fireworks, which is really funny. And one of my favorite parts is that in the description is like, drone was not damaged. Like, well, yeah, you got lucky, I think. And just seeing like these fireworks fall around, or just, it's a perspective of fireworks that, up until this point, nobody could really even imagine, because you're not gonna put a plane or a helicopter over there. If I was looking at this and critiquing this as a professional drone pilot, I'd say that they did it's hard to say. Like, I want to say they did an average job, but they're flying a Phantom 2, and there's no gimbal. So it's really hard to judge, because most of the time when you're thinking about judging like cinematic drone work since 2016, 2015, then it's a whole different ball game. But I mean, even if you look at this legally right now, you can't do this on so many levels. But back then, there weren't the laws that there are now. Like, this is 2014. Like, the Part 107 rules came out in 2016, towards the end of 2016, I believe. And so this is before it was like a problem to fly at night. And so this is all nighttime shoot, obviously, fireworks. And this person is obviously over 400 feet. Like, they're above the fireworks, which the fireworks look pretty tall themselves. So this is, by today's standards, this is all kinds of illegal. But that doesn't take away from how beautiful certain shots of this are. Oh, so this is like Dom posted. Oh, I know what this is. Okay. All right, so before I even start this video, this is a video by one of my drone flying partners. His name is Dom, Boredom on Instagram. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's see what's going on here. Now this was part of the plan. This isn't like an explosion that, oh, it might be happening or whatever. This is definitely a film set. This was planned. This is what they wanted to do. He wanted to get this shot of the explosion coming up and hitting the camera. And I do believe this explosion did destroy the gimbal on the drone. The drone survived itself, but the gimbal, the camera, and all that, the most important part, got destroyed, but the footage was saved. So I guess that's a win. I'm pretty sure that they were willing to sacrifice the drone if they're gonna literally fly it into an explosion, because I mean, that's what they did. So either way, shout out to Dom, you're the best. I know you hate attention, so this is all the attention for you. Boredom on Instagram. Follow him, annoy him for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I was watching all these videos literally for the first time, except for the last one. Now, one thing before I do my regular closeout is one of my favorite drone channels, which you gotta check out. It's called Ken Heron. The dude is hilarious. He's a good friend of mine. I've gotten to meet him, and he is the best. I can't wait to work with him. I've been bugging this guy about sending me some stickers, because I have the Ready Set Drone stickers and the Droner sticker on my computer, and the Transit Pictures, which is my company, on this computer on every episode. And Ken refused to send them to me until recently, and this is the letter from him that he sent me. So I'm gonna open this. Oh look, there's a note in here. I love you too, Ken. You're the best. So I'm gonna do this on camera so he knows it's real. This is for the gram, this is for everybody. With his thingy, his sticker, if I can get it. I think I don't know how to do this. Is this a sticker? Did I do that wrong? Uh-oh, Ken. Like, cause it's still on here. Cause I wanted to put it like right here. Yeah, you should have sent some instructions along with this, Ken. Like, you can't just, so Ken, you are officially welcome to the family, brother. You done made it. You done made it. We out here. So thank you guys for staying around for that. And as always, make sure you go ahead and subscribe for what we're doing, because that allows us to support ourselves, support what we're doing, and hit the little notification thing that lets you know that we're putting out new videos. And make sure you stay fly.